welcome back to another video. My name is Chandra and thank you so much for joining. Today's video is 5 things that I feel really improved my writing in no particular order. Number 1, working with an acting coach. The thing specifically that helped me from working with an acting coach was the progression of emotion. And I think I talk about this briefly in another video, but up until that point, it wasn't clear to me how my own emotions progressed. So if I wasn't aware of how my emotions progressed, how could I write that escalation, the gradual escalation, without it seeming like it's flip a switch and a character goes from being angry to being happy? What's the transition like? I found that really helpful to act out the process, then to be able to put it on the page and to understand what that escalation looks like analytically so that I can break it down and actually write it. Number 2, working with a speaking coach. It gave me perspective on the writing process in general, not just what good speech is, but the confidence that I do understand people well enough and I can articulate it. It is very different speaking versus writing, but one thing that my speaking coach taught me, and I am actually still currently working with this individual, but the one thing that taught me is the amount of communication that is not actually verbal. So when you're writing a scene, even though the characters may be conversing, there's a lot of stuff that happens, a lot more stuff that happens off the page maybe, or non-verbally, than is actually on the page. So how do you capture that? And what do those different things mean? There's a lot of things that you can read from psychologists and things like that that analyze to some degree or another how people communicate, but one thing that you may not pick up on is some things may be just an individual's tick versus an actual statement, be it conscious or unconscious. I thought that was very interesting and also very helpful to study. Number 3 is reading different kinds of books, especially ones with an emphasis on empathy. I mentioned this in one of my previous videos about the different kinds of books that I've read, and the ones that keep bringing me back are ones where I develop empathy for a character. I can actually start to think about why they're doing what it is that they're doing, and it makes the book more meaningful to me as an individual. So I found reading that and the different characteristics that evoke empathy and the ones that don't make it more helpful to infuse that into characters that I would like to be likable. Number 4, trying different strategies. One thing that I've been playing with a lot more as of end of 2020, beginning of 2021 is outlining. I considered myself a staunch pantser before, but after editing a book that was not outlined at all, and all the tears that were shed and the heartache that was experienced through that process, I decided I'm gonna try a little bit more outlining, even if it is loose outlining, which I did specifically for my nano project in 2020, and it made a huge difference. Not just about the speed with which I was able to draft the project, but also my confidence in the outline of the story. Maybe there's things that I will change, I'm sure there are, but being able to get it all on paper makes it a lot easier to change things because you can't edit an empty page. Number 5, taking time away from work for reflection. I find that a lot of times when I have a project I'm working on, all I want to do is work on that project. And even if it is overwhelming or I'm starting to get a little bit stuck, that urge to try to push through is sometimes still there. I know I talk about in my video on writer's block that I don't push through writer's block because it doesn't work that way. And this is another thing that has become clearer and clearer to me. When I start to feel that way, to take time away from work, to experience other things, to meditate, to clear my mind, to do something that helps my brain to empty out so that I can be 100% myself and show up to create from a place of peace. Number 6, letting my mind rest and enjoy creations that are not my own. This is separate from clearing my mind and not working and allowing time to reflect. The difference is, instead of not thinking about creativity in any way, I'm now thinking about how other people create. This goes into enjoying different kinds of media, which I also talk about in one of my other videos, but really enjoying and immersing myself in words and worlds that are not my own. I think it makes a big difference, and it's a different way to let my creative muscles relax and take a break and recuperate after a heavy amount of creativity. And especially since I'm trying to create a lot more in 2021, I found this to be very helpful already. It's been interesting because, like I said, I've already finished reading 10 books in the month of January, which is far outstrips any of my previous goals or achievements as far as reading. And I've also been consuming a lot more TV shows and movies and series and stuff like that I find interesting, that also relate to the genres that I enjoy writing in. And it's been really helpful to take that step back and to not be trying to make something, but to just enjoy other people's creations. So, what I can say, all of these different things that I've learned from 2020, I'm really excited to carry into a new year and see how I can implement them and what new things I will learn in the year to come. Thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to share your thoughts on this video, I'd love to hear them in the comments. You can also reach out to me on social media. You can find me at cchanwright, and I will see you all next time. Bye.